Welcome to part 3 of the Fishbowl with DJ Premier. We're going to talk about the other half of the iconic duo Gang Starr, which is obviously Guru. He's going to reflect on that relationship, the fights, the parties, and the work. Enjoy. You talked about people that influence you, and somebody that's popped up a few times is Guru. I mean, what was Guru like? I mean, is there a Guru story that sums him up, or what did you learn from him the most?
Mainly that he's so on another level of intelligence and his writing because he when it comes to MCs, your wordplay and being a wordsmith is really the one of the most important keys to being a successful artist and MC because we separate them. There's rappers and there's MCs. Guru's an MC. You know, Jay-Z's an MC. You know, most of the kids now are rappers. And that's cool because, as we say, rap is something you do, hip-hop is something you live. So we are on the hip-hop side of it. They're on the rap side of it. And rappers don't take the entire culture seriously. They're just doing it either for another way out. They're like, man, this is easy. I could do that. I could rap and make a hot record. But that doesn't
They
mean
might be in it for the ride.
Oh yeah.
Not in
Most of them are. They see the cars, and I'm like, well, most of that shit's rented. The Lamborghinis rented. The chains are rented. The chicks are rented.
Does fiction matter? Does it matter that some dudes are full of shit? Does there need to be some authenticity at some point in their life?
I don't mind fiction if it's done right, and you can like
Good luck with that, right?
you know what I'm saying? Because like Rakim, which I see there's a Rakim record over there. He would talk about how he would shoot you, but he's saying it like I'll destroy you and rap better than you by killing you off
Right.
because you're not as slick as me with my pen. But then you got all the hip hop, the gangster shit with it, like yo, I murder motherfuckers and I kill them and I'm selling bricks of coke and they haven't sold one brick and they probably don't even know how much it weighs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where like some of us have had experience
Right.
in all of that stuff, and then won't promote that in records.
Right.
You know, I know people that are certified, former killers
But they
that
don't talk about
will do party records like hey, and you be like, man, they do some soft shit, but will fuck you up if you want to test them.
Right.
So they don't want to be known for being, gangsters
Right.
or anything. They want to be known for having fun and having a good time. I
Can
remember
you tell the difference?
most times, yeah, and you in hip hop, you're going to be checked on who you know and where you come from. When somebody comes out, especially if they're getting a buzz, we're like, where's he from? Oh, he's from so and so. Okay, well, we know so and so. Let me check and see if he's official. I mean, even when we moved from Texas and grew from Boston, we were still connected to people that were connected to people that are certified because you have to get your hood pass. You really do. I mean, if you don't have a hood pass, it's going to reflect on, especially if you're doing street records.
That's why we filmed this in Williamsburg. 'Cause
Right.
I'm good at Williamsburg. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it varies. I mean, people. I mean, if your art's good, you could be from anywhere. But to me, it would appear to me if you don't have any rep, just act like you.
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Act like you, and we're fine with that. I remember when we used to shoot videos in the hood, the grimy guys that really hold the block down were like, yo, man, I love y'all's music. I love how y'all rep. Y'all can shoot in our projects. We'll make sure you ain't got no problems. Don't put us in the video. And even that. Now, with the social media and Instagram and Snapchat, all the wild dudes that really are handling their business, showing their money, showing the gun, showing this and that, and it's like, and then all of a sudden they're going to jail, and it's like,
right.
You
Where's that line? Because on one hand, it seems to me like you could incriminate yourself in music.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
on Instagram.
What you put out there,
younger guys need to be schooled on that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's almost like common sense because your music and what you put out there does attract a certain type of audience. I mean, we did it. All of our records had a message. Even so, like Just to Get a Rep and Tons of Guns and records like that. Even Masterfield, when we were making fun of radio, watering things down, and became one of our biggest hits. But we understood, and then we were older like Gang Starr. Guru always said Gang Starr represents three things: streetwise, spirituality, and intelligence. So we're a mix of all three of those. I went to college. We were college educated. But we still like to have fun and be loose. I love to party. We used to have a frat house type of a environment when we lived together. It was always girls coming in and out. It was always,
You guys were like literally family members, and it is what it seemed like. You'd fight. I mean,
oh yeah.
Talk about the one fight.
Holes in the wall.
You got something that's cooler than a tattoo on you.
The two marks right here. When we got into it, and I got him in a hole, and he just bit me, and the teeth marks have never gone away. So, and it's funny,
tough motherfucker, huh? He was biting.
What it is with Guru is I'm stronger than him, and I could like literally lift him and throw him. I used to bale hay, so what they call country strong
to New York.
Yeah, you will literally throw him across the room, and as soon as you're like, "Whew, now leave me alone," you'll turn, and by the time you get to the door, all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere, almost like, remember Fatal Attraction when she just popped out of the water?
Yep. It's Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber when he pops back up with the doggy bag.
Same thing. It's like what the, and then you fight again. Now stop.
Yeah.
You walk back out, and he back on you, and fuck you, and it's like somebody gave him a battery shock and put him right back on full charge.
But you were able to go right back in the studio.
Yeah, I'm talking about busted lips, bandages on our heads, bandages around our hands, and going to make a banging record. And then him leaving the studio going, "Fuck you fucking bitch. I hate you," and leave. Another hit.
Is that rare now, though?
I'm sure every crew. You know what it is? A lot of in hip hop, at least for us, from seeing it all happen with so many groups that we wish didn't break up, we kind of already know what their story is going to be before they even get to that part, because we understand you start off with your entourage. We used to be 100 deep, then then 90 deep, then 80 deep.
Right.
I only have 7 people around me predominantly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of those guys didn't really have real love for you, and even that having the biggest crew or posse.
Yeah, when did that peak? When did that peak? Like, are we out of that phase where everybody has to have 100 people around them? Or?
No, there's still rappers that's rolling deep. Some of them have to, based off of how they're living.
Understood.
Some of them don't. Again, and then when I rewind the tape, I'm like, well, man, we weren't in our 30s yet, and we was rolling like that. So as you get older, you start to realize, especially once you start to go across and go see the other part of the world by going to Europe. Once you travel, I had friends that never been on a plane. I had friends that didn't even know how to get, that's born and raised in Brooklyn, didn't know how to get to the Bronx or to get to the city. And it's like, yo, how do you not know?
Now they're on a tour around the world. So you got to surround yourself with people you trust. Because, I mean, like, New York seems like a place you got to be on your toes. You grew up in neighborhoods, you're supposed to be on your toes.
Yep.
Now you're given all this money and fame. My reaction naturally would be to surround myself with as many people I think I trust as possible.
Yeah, and you got to sift that out, because we weren't born and raised with them as kids. All of my close friends from Texas, we're still that tight. Like when I go home for Christmas, I always go to Texas, and when I get there, it's like, what's up, you bitch ass motherfucker? Oh man, we doing that tonight? Yeah, and it's just right back. It's not famous. I'm not famous Chris at home. I'm just regular old Chris. It's right where we left off.
Thanks for watching part 3 of The Fishbowl with Preemo. Part 4 is hilarious. DJ Premier talks about the one time he got badly big time by a celebrity in an airport. And then he also talks about a road rage incident, which is absolutely belly laugh funny. And if you subscribe, you'll see more interviews like this. Please check out the next segment of our DJ Premier interview on The Fishbowl.